Welcome back. We're in the last leg of Closing Bell, and Jai Bala of Cash the Chaos is with us. Jai, afternoon. Good to have you on the show. Just want to start off by understanding what have you made of the slight cool-off that we've seen in the mid-cap market, in the small-cap market, and what you're reading in over there. Maybe any specific individual stock patterns that caught your eye or at the index level. What do you make of the slightly narrower market breadth now?
Yeah, I've been saying for the last 2 weeks that this price pattern of Nifty and the broader market resembles that of a distribution, but we don't have a trend change yet. So markets could still push higher, but we need to the market itself to confirm a break of significant support. Before we can conclude that the distribution is done. I know as an aside, generally, March has a tendency to be trend killers. Big trend killers. The tech bubble burst in March, the grand financial crisis, bottomed in March. So did the COVID lows, and so did the silver high. So March has a tendency to be trend killers, both on the bearish and the bullish side. So if we were to have a trend change, it will not be a small one. It's more likely to be Ides of March.
Ides of March. Jai, just a quick word on any stock recommendations, any trading ideas on individual names?
Yeah, see, we've been bullish on PSU names, and the third name that's coming up on my radar now is Engineers India. We are bullish on BEL, BHL, and they've all shot up pretty well. And Engineers India are looking good with a stop below 200 for a price objective for all-time high close to 289, 290. And I'm slightly bearish on Indian Energy Exchange. It's been a rank underperformer since 2021, and since this year's price pattern has pulled back in a corrective fashion to 158, which is 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. So I guess this high could hold, and the stock could drop somewhere close to 130 to 120.
Jai, gold is making all the headlines, right? Hitting all-time highs, etc. Now, what is your reading on gold charts? And just tie that in, because we know that over the long term, you've had a big view on the US 10-year. I think you're still holding on to that call of it perhaps heading even higher than 7%. But your thoughts on the way this is all playing out, the NASDAQ, gold, and yields?
Yeah, see, we discussed gold several weeks back, and I had said, the best strategy would be to fade the subsequent move, and gold dropped lower, and and if we had faded the move, it's now moving higher. We could have capitalized on that. But from a slightly higher time frame, I'm expecting gold to make fresh all-time highs, but it will not be too much higher. It's got a topping pattern from a medium-term perspective, and probably this is. Probably because the dollar is set to get stronger. It can pull back in the short term to the lower side, but I think the medium-term trend is likely to turn higher. And likewise, the US 10-year yields could also pull back, probably by some comments from Fed tomorrow. But the German 10-year yields are pointing; they're already trending up. So the world yields curve is probably once again starting to get higher. And as I pointed out in January, the Fed could backpedal and say much lesser cuts than people are anticipating. So higher yields is the trend that I'm anticipating.
Jai, thank you for joining in. Few seconds left.